On DAB digital radio and satellite TV in the UK. Online and on air around the world. This is the Forces Station. BFBS.
Tycoon turned fugitive, who's back in Britain to face the music.
My biggest strength was knowing my definite innocence.
It could be Christmas, the psychological ordeal for Chile's trapped miners.
It is a challenge to get through that time. Any news going down there should be optimistic, hopeful, keep their spirits up.
And a beautiful Nazi ballerina, the secret files on a wartime agent.
Blonde, tall, beautiful figure, refined, languid in her behaviour, lived in the Ritz Hotel and had a red motor car.
This is News Plus. News Plus.
Callum Woodcock reporting, the runaway tycoon Azil Nadir has stopped running and is back in Britain today. He spent 17 years hiding out in northern Cyprus after the collapse of his business empire, Polypec. It's alleged that before the collapse he siphoned off £34 million, but Mr Nadir says he's heading back to Britain to prove his innocence.
Having endured this injustice for 20 years, I feel it's time now to put a closure to this.
It was 1993 when he fled to northern Cyprus, which doesn't have an extradition treaty with Britain. He says he only ran away because of illness and the fact he didn't think he'd get a fair trial.
I knew how terrible the injustice is and the abuse of power and process that was continuing. A man having put under so much strain possibly understands a little more than anyone else whether he's going to last or not.
City analyst Justin Urquhart-Stewart says the Azil Nadir Polypec business crash was, and still is, a huge story.
It was a FTSE 100 company that had apparently done no wrong. To have something like this, of a company of that scale, crash so quickly, it was really very dramatic indeed.
When his plane touches down at Luton Airport in an hour, he'll have to cough up £250,000 in bail money and be electronically tagged. The first court appearance isn't for another week, but stockbroker Tony Craze says he'll have a lot of people to answer to.
25,000 people worked at Polypec at one stage. They all lost their job. And of course the investors themselves, they lost a substantial amount of money. So the only person who doesn't appear to have come unstuck, if you like, financially at the moment is Mr Nadir himself.
That's the latest. I'm Callum Woodcock.